football fans. This is the ESPN LA USC Trojan Media Network.
Presented by Pechanga Resort Casino.
Are you ready for some football?
And here we go. Friday night, November 7th, 2025.
You are listening to USC Football, presented by Pechanga Resort Casino.
Touchdown, USC. It is time. USC hosts Northwestern. Our Trojans are ranked number 19 in the country after last Saturday's defeat of Nebraska.
Ayala with King Miller in the backfield. 1st and 10 at the Nebraska 16-yard line. Late third quarter action, down 14-6 for the Trojans. Ayala will keep it again. He's down to the 10, to the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Jaden Mayava. Touchdown, USC. Well, how do you do?
Let's do it. Fight on for a Friday night. We count you down to kickoff. 2 hours until kickoff at the Coliseum. USC Northwestern. Let's go fight on.
This is the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI.
And the Trojans take over on down. How do you do?
Brought to you by
YETI. We make gear that helps you stay out longer, travel farther, and live harder.
Pechanga Resort Casino, proud partner of USC Football.
Stone Brewing, proud partner of USC Athletics.
And by Invesco QQQ, the official ETF partner of the USC Trojans.
And Mayava took the football the distance into the end zone for a Trojan touchdown.
On your home of the Trojans.
Now, here's the Trojan Tailgate Show with Jordan Moore.
Sean Cody, Sua Cravens,
and Cody Kessler.
Hello and welcome to the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI. We are live under the Friday night lights inside the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, getting you set for USC versus Northwestern. I am Jordan Moore alongside the All-American Sean Cody, our playmaker Sua Cravens, and the quarterback Cody Kessler. Guys, it feels like forever we've been back doing this. We did the one Michigan game, but it feels like weeks and weeks really since USC's been inside the Coliseum. But last week, Sean, we had the privilege of calling that game up in Lincoln, Nebraska, and it was a blast. It was a great game and maybe a turning point for the season.
Yeah, big-time game last week, big-time environment, big-time Big Ten environment for the Trojans to go out after stumbling against Notre Dame, finding a way to go out to Nebraska. Wasn't pretty at times, had to figure out how to move the ball offensively. Defense kind of got into the rhythm in the second half, but found a way to get it done in Nebraska. Big win.
So there's nothing like winning on the road, man, especially in a place like that. You have to earn it, you have to grind it out. It was not pretty, but to be able to silence all those people that were out for blood all night.
And those are games that we're not accustomed to USC winning. We've seen them find ways to lose those games in the fourth quarter all last year, and something about the East Coast, I guess that's Midwest, but
yeah,
something
Midwest.
about traveling in general. We don't do well, so it was good to see the boys get a win. And injuries aside, both teams had injuries, so I'm not going to use that as an excuse. It was a good win.
And Cody, now it's all set up, man. I mean, that's why I call it a turning point game. You look at the slate the rest of the way, it's all Pacific time zone. It's 3 out of 4 in this building. It's some real winnable games. Obviously there's that big one looming at Oregon, but you got to take care of business here first, but it's all right in front of them.
Yeah, Jordan, you and I both said that, I think, last week when everyone was saying, look, we're looking forward to that Oregon game. I thought Nebraska was most important because it's going to set the tone for the last couple of games this year. But, yeah, USC's done enough to put themselves in a position. I don't know if they can quite get to the Big Ten championship. They need some other things to happen. But overall, if they run the table and win these next 4, you got to take it one game at a time. But if they finish 10-2, I would really believe that a 10-2 Big Ten team will make their way into the playoffs.
Yeah, certainly it feels like they control their own destiny when it comes to the playoff, not the Big Ten championship. And, to get that road win, Sean, they did it in kind of unfamiliar ways. And offensively, it was pretty much all the running game. The passing game deserted them a little bit. But King Miller, man, this story is the season of walk-ons here, and no better story than King Miller.
Yeah, it was a great performance by King Miller. He showed, I think, some growth as a young running back, especially learning lessons maybe from Notre Dame the week before where the running game really struggled. This week, or against Nebraska, you saw a lot more patient running. You saw the physicality of King Miller, so definitely a step in the right direction for the young running back as he went for 129 that day. I really liked the growth you saw from him in that physical road environment.
And they stayed with him, Sua. They rode him. It's 3 straight games where he's had exactly 18 carries. You talk about the patience that King Miller had to show. Lincoln Riley has shown patience with the run game.
Yeah, you trust them, and we didn't abandon the run game, and that's kind of why we were able to stay in that game and pull out the victory. When Maeva kind of struggled, we leaned on the freshman, and you can see him holding the ball high and tight, and it wasn't a left to right cutesy little runs. It was downhill. It was decisive runs where I'm not going to try to bust this for 50. I'm going to get the 5 yards, protect the ball, and get to the next play. We saw that for at least the second half for the last 2 quarters, and USC got the dub.
Cody Maeva did kind of struggle, man. 9 completions. His previous season low was 15, and that's when he just played the first half in the first game of the season. 39% completion percentage, but he did it with his legs. 11 carries for 62 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, that was uncharacteristic of Jaden Maeva, a game that he'd obviously like to forget. When it comes to throwing the football, it wasn't quite up to his standards. But Sua, when you have an athletic quarterback like he and myself are, when you're not throwing the ball well, what do, guys? You start running the ball.
What is your USC career high for rush yards?
Probably like 110, something around there. I don't know. I know I had like a 40, 50-yarder my sophomore year, but don't check the stats on that. But that's what you do. When you're a quarterback like Jaden Maeva, when you're a big athlete that can run around, we've been asking him to do it all season long. When the pass game's not going, you've got to be able to still be a factor in the game. And how does that work? You start running the football, especially with both of our backs out. You give King Miller some help, and he did that all night long. And that was really a difference maker for USC on offense.
Cody, I wanted to get your take in the throw game. When you look at Maeva's performance, did you see more of him struggling reading the defense, or just the lack of accurate throws?
I think it was more so accuracy, and if you went back and watched a lot of the podcast episodes we've done on recap of these games, I've always been so high on how he's playing. He's doing some things well, but I've always had a little note at the bottom saying he could be a little bit more clean with his footwork. He misses some of those throws. Illinois had a series where he missed some high throws, even early on against Georgia Southern and Missouri State. Although it looked great, he had some low throws, some things that came back and finally hurt him in this game. But I think it's something you overcome. You stay a little bit extra at practice this week, work on some of that accuracy, and you get back in a rhythm here tonight.
Sua, real quick, the offensive line has been the real consistent part of this offense, even though they have not had consistent personnel. They have had to shuffle things around, which included last week, King's brother getting in there at right guard when Alani Noah goes down. But I guess credit Zach Hansen, certainly the offensive line coach, but it's just his group as a whole, their depth and their resilience.
And you said it. Hats off to Coach Hansen getting his group ready. And this is kind of something we've grown accustomed to here at USC. We play musical chairs with our O-line quite a bit for the last few years. So it's not something that is a surprise. But hats off to the boys being ready in that type of environment, because when you switch a lot of guys and they're playing out of position, especially on the O-line, on the road, you expect a ton of false starts and holding. You didn't get a lot of that.
No, not a lot. We did get a season high in 3 sacks, but 5.3 yards per carry for the offense was excellent, and the offensive line opened some big holes there. All right, hey, we're just getting started. USC men's basketball season is just getting started as well. We got a game coming up on Sunday, USC against Manhattan. 3 p.m. tip is the next one. But get to Galen all season long. USCTrojans.com/tickets is your way in. All right, the defense really won the game last week in Lincoln. Let's talk about them next in the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI.
Rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, where you can be an impact player, a clutch hitter, or a wild card. No matter what your game is, the excitement and relaxation you're looking for is here. So get back to the fun and play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You put on the biggest event of the year every single weekend, surviving the strongest storms, meeting chaos with composure. You roll up your sleeves to roll out the red carpet, because the end of the night for you is the beginning of the rest of their lives. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and there's no place I'd rather be. I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and time don't matter to me, 'cause I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere.
Routes to get high quality and low prices, so you never have to compromise your budget. Save on thousands of items throughout the store. Ralph's, fresh for everyone. And don't let someone else drive off in the Audi model you've always wanted. Visit your Southern California Audi dealer to get behind the wheel of yours today, or visit SoCalAudiDealers.com for more information. A beautiful night here at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. The men in black get you set for USC versus Northwestern. Should be a good game here tonight. USC's defense was the story coming out of the Nebraska game, guys. They'll need it the rest of the way to play the way that they did. That has to be the level going forward, and it seems like out of both bye weeks they have found it, that they have been challenged and they have come out of the bye week strong, and certainly they responded well to that Notre Dame loss.
Only giving up 17 points on the day, so a good performance. You know, the first drive was tough for the defense, kind of a long marching drive, kind of wore them out all the way down the field. But then Trojans kind of responded after that, got some 3 and outs, figured out how to turn the momentum. I thought the momentum was really behind Nebraska early. You could feel that whole stadium, the energy.
So although the injury took place, guys still needed to be in run fits and still needed to be physical and still needed to show up, and they did just that.
Yeah, and you mentioned, obviously, Raiola goes down, but a season-low 98 yards passing allowed for this defense. And that actually is a little bit of a trend. The last 3 Big Ten games, or I guess the last 3 games, so it includes Notre Dame, 147 yards passing allowed per game. It was 287 in the first 3 Big Ten games. Now, a little bit, Cody, I'm finding this league is just you see some really wide stylistic differences between some of the teams, and maybe that plays into it. But statistically, you're seeing huge improvement in the pass defense.
Yeah, we're starting to see a trend more in the Big Ten where teams are starting to throw the ball more. They're higher in some of these spread offenses. But there are also some teams that are spread offenses like Nebraska that still like to run the football. So you see a little bit of both. And that's another thing here tonight, too, against Northwestern. Spread offense, but they lean on the run game. So you just got to be able to adjust to your opponent. But I've been proud of this USC secondary. They've taken some big-time criticism early on this year, especially last year. They've continued to improve. Marcellus Williams is stepping up. DeCarlos Nicholson has been solid. And then obviously Bishop Fitzgerald and Kamari Ramsey have been really good on the back end.
We're about to see 2 of the 3 worst passing offenses in the Big Ten in the next 2 weeks, and then Oregon, which is a good passing offense but a great running offense. So it really will be the run defense that's under the microscope probably in this final month. But Marcellus Williams was put under the microscope last week, Sean, and really survived it. I mean, they were going after him, man. He was targeted and he hung in there.
Yeah, you could see the game plan with Nebraska. They wanted to challenge the young freshman DB out there as he had struggled. You mentioned it. Earlier on in the season, but 25 held up. They took some deep shots after him, and time after time he answered the call. Did draw 1 PI, but hey, man, when you're battling out there, those kind of calls, you don't mind those. So credit the young man for like King Miller on the other side. You see a young man getting better, see the growth, you see the development as the season's going. He's been tested more and more, and you're seeing him come to life as the season progresses.
Sua, watching those clips and watching it in real life, it really seemed like they were not even trying to complete passes on Marcellus. They were just trying to get PI, which is funny because it's not as punitive in the college game as it is in the pro game, but clearly they had seen on film that he was prone to it, and he only picked up the 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're going to do to you at the pro level. They're going to see if you're a youngin' and you're nervous and you're on the island. Let's see if you want to tackle. Let's see if you know your playbook. And they were just throwing jump balls to see if he would panic and tackle the receiver. He played really well. He didn't look shook out there. I know I've played in a fair amount of games with young DBs that were 4 or 5 stars, but when you're on the road and a team is going at you and the OC is like, no, we're not going to stop, you get deer in the headlights. He did not do that. He kept playing well, played the receiver's hands. Hats off to his effort.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley credited him and DeCarlos Nicholson with holding the edge, too. Nothing really got outside, so the running game, they had some decent numbers, but no huge explosive plays, which ultimately forced Nebraska to drive the field, and they struggled to do so. They scored in the opening drive and then just one touchdown the rest of the way. I mentioned men's basketball season. Women's basketball season has started as well. Get to Galen for that. Jazzy Davidson, the number one player in the country, has joined the squad. You see Kennedy Smith there as well. USCTrojans.com/tickets. They play an elite schedule this season, including UConn coming to Galen. All right, our offensive game plan is next. It's the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive. The next chapter of Audi is here. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron.
Sir, it seems that the Gladiator is getting a lot of positive social sentiment.
Innovation changes everything. With one investment, you can access the NASDAQ 100 innovators who are rethinking the world. Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
Intensity doesn't ask for permission. In the fit, it's presence. On the turf, it's power. In the gym, that's discipline. In the shadows, under pressure, off the clock. There's no on or off. It's just who I am.
The inside scoop on this game and all things Trojans. Be sure to sign up for the Three Torches presented by Smart & Final. It's a free newsletter. It'll hit your email inbox 3 times a week with game info, player insights, and more. Go to USCTrojans.com/3 Torches and sign up. And introducing Celaya Tequila, brought to you by USC football legends Matt and Ryan Khalil. Celebrate your story with a homegrown spirit, Celaya Tequila. Back inside the Coliseum on the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Sua Cravens, and the man with the offensive game plan, Cody Kessler.
The USC Trojans offensive game plan is brought to you by I Trust Capital.
I Trust Capital is the official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans.
The Trojans struggled to get the pass game going against Nebraska on Saturday, but they showed you something really important. They showed you they can win the game with the ground game. I want to show you a couple plays against Nebraska and why it's so important to be able to run the football on the road in that type of environment. And look how much Lincoln Riley used diversity in the run game. First year, we're going to put King Miller on the left side. We're going to hop him over, and then you're going to have guard tackle pull on the right side. You're going to have Taunu and Miller coming across. And Jaden does a great job here of reading that defensive end. I don't need you to do much. Just make the right decision. If he comes upfield, I give it. If he comes upfield, I pull it. If he stays there, then I can give it. And he makes a great read here. 2 very good blocks by Miller and Taunu to break this play wide open. That's what you need in this offense. You need athletic offensive linemen that can work up to that second level, and then we have a big explosive play in the run game. Now we're going to show you the same look again. This time we're going to have King Miller stationary, but you can have guard tackle pulling from from the right side. Jaden Maiava is going to read that defensive end. This time he's going to crash and engage on that outside guard, and this is going to allow Jaden Maiava to pull the football this time and make a big-time play down the field. That's exactly what you want to see. That keeps him honest in the run game and doesn't allow him to get a beat on what you're doing. And then we're going to show you a different thing. We're going to have King Miller offset a little bit, and this time behind him, we're going to bring Walker Lyons across, and it's going to look like he's going to block that defensive end, but instead he's going to bluff him, and he's going to work up into that unblocked defender on the outside there, and this gives Jaden Maiava a two-way go with it. He can either give it, he can pull it, or he can step up off of that block by Walker Lyons, and then you see that linebacker press up. He's seen King Miller get the ball multiple times. He's going to crash downhill. You give Maiava a lane, and then he makes you pay. This is a big-time play by him. And look, guys, I expect USC to get the pass game going again this week and get back on track, but you can't lose that. If you're Jaden Maiava, you got to be able to use your legs for these last 4 games.
You know, we talk so much, and rightfully so, about the quarterback. It's the most important position in the game. Where did Lemon and Lane go in all of this, though? Do they not to say that use the word blame, but what responsibility do they have in a night where the whole passing game kind of disappeared?
Well, I thought you saw Jacoby Lane. I think he struggled a little bit with, he went up for one of those balls and it kind of got tipped in his hands and it didn't look good. Didn't look like it was a tough play, but you expect your big time receivers to come down with that. Lemon, that's another question, maybe for Cody, but I didn't really see what was going on with him. But I think once the Lane, kind of bobbled that ball, you think, how many more times are we going to attack that if he's not bringing that ball down?
Yeah, a big part of that too, Sean, is the defense you're going against. They were the number 2 pass defense, not in the Big Ten, in the entire country for a reason. That 3-3-5 defense, majority of the night, you're going to see 7, even 8 players dropping into coverage. They're going to prioritize not allowing you to throw the football over the field. They want to keep everything in front of them. You got to hit those shots when they're there. Maiava wasn't hitting them, but you got to give credit to Nebraska's defense. They did a good job running that 3-3-5 and keeping everything in front. They wanted to force USC to try to beat them on the ground.
And they never really took a shot down the field except for that flea flicker, which they did hit. That was to Jaden Richardson. To Nick Hines had a big catch as well. So it was certainly not a night for those guys, but it also wasn't a night for the tight ends. Walker Lyons had 0 catches, and Lake McCree has been so good this season, 2 catches for 11 yards. So there wasn't a lot over the middle either.
Yeah, now Cody said it though. It's the 3-3-5. So you got to basically take what they give you. They're not allowing you to throw the ball downfield, and they're not allowing you to get into the middle of the field where tight ends do most of their damage, especially on play action. So you got to just go with the run, and I think that's why King Miller had such a good game. But in a game plan like that or defensive front like that, going play action, throwing the ball to your tight end for a 1-yard gain doesn't do you much good.
I think a big play in the game, too, is when, I thought early on in the game they had those little hole shots that were open on the sidelines, right? One with Mackay, one with Lemon, and those were open. And then they come out in the second half, try to run that same thing, bait him into an interception. I think that really got into Jaden's head probably in that second half. Like, wait a second, I'm gonna do a little more with my legs a second.
And that was fun to watch. That's a little bit of chess right there. What you're seeing is in that 3-3-5, those corners are responsible for the run game on the outside. They got to be in that C and D gap, and I promise you going into that week, that was part of the RPO system. I'm going to hand it off, but if I can see that corner bite, then I'm going to throw it over the top. We did it twice. And at halftime, I promise you, they said, hey, next time, let it look like that's going to be that fall off. But Jaden still had time, too. After he saw it, okay, I lost, I made the bad decision. Just go down with the football, throw it away, and move on. Don't make a bad play worse.
All right, Cody, you asked for it, man. We looked it up. Can we get Cody's highest rushing game? 34 yards.
When was
versus
this?
Arizona?
Was that one rush? Or
10-10-13. I think that's the Buck Allen game. Career rushing stats. That says negative.
How do I have more rushing yards than you? I didn't take a single offensive snap.
That's a negative.
First of all, that counts sacks.
A lot of sack yardage.
I think I had 35 yards on one rush against Arizona.
And I'm guessing you only had one rush.
Hey, Rick, if you can hear me upstairs, let's find that clip because I broke away on
Were you sacked 200 times in your USC career?
I mean, probably. I don't know if that negative 425 is right.
Dang.
Gotta fact check that.
Zach Banner, dang.
It's tough, man. It's USC's Lamar Jackson over there, Cody Kessler, for sure.
PFF don't lie no more.
They don't.
All right, we did the offensive game plan. Defensive game plan is next. Again, I said to you men's basketball against Manhattan on Sunday. I failed to tell you that it's a luau theme, Sean. This is right up your alley here, right?
It's up Sua's alley. What do you mean?
Okay.
I'm Polynesian over here.
I'm not Hawaiian, though.
But either one. Do you like a party? You like get a lei? First 2,000 fans get a lei. Mai Tai?
Will there be a umu?
I don't know. You got to come to find out. See you there on Sunday, usctrojans.com/promos. Defensive game plan is next. Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
What if you could use retirement accounts to invest in crypto? With iTrust Capital, you can. iTrust Capital allows you to invest in your favorite crypto assets 24/7 with the tax benefits of an IRA. So instead of paying taxes on your crypto gains every year, you can defer taxes till you retire using an iTrust IRA. Or with an iTrust Roth IRA, you can withdraw tax-free at retirement because you're in this for the long haul. Start investing today at iTrustCapital.com.
As a lifestyle guard, I help people live their best day in the sun. That means keeping the games going. Coming to the rescue when the floaty is too floppy. And delivering high noon when the cooler's empty.
Oh, do you have any peach?
High noon, sun's up.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You might not be related, but you're still family. You don't just give an extra hand. You give your whole heart and a whole lot of muscle. Because it feels good to raise up the community that raised you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Hey, Trojan fans, at Ralph's you get high quality and low prices, so you never have to compromise your budget. Save on thousands of items throughout the store. Ralph's fresh for everyone. And Trojan fans, you can listen to USC football and all the biggest college football and basketball games on the TuneIn app. It's free internet radio. Back live from the Coliseum, Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Sua Cravens, and Cody Kessler with you on the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI. Let's talk defense now with Sua Cravens, the defensive game plan.
The USC Trojans defensive game plan is brought to you by LifeLaw.
Injury law made simple.
Welcome. I'm being attacked by a fly, and to whoever wore this microphone last, it stinks. There's something on the mic. It's knocking me off.
That's your breath,
So get it together. It ain't my brand. Defensive game plan, everybody. We won. Congrats. We got a win on the road. Shout out the D. And got a few plays where we're going to talk about, I think, all four levels. So everybody's going to get a little love today. Play number one. I think Cody mentioned it last week. Contain rush. This was a thing that we could not be bad at. We have to be disciplined in our rush lanes. Go straight up the field, force Raiola to step up into the pocket. And when you do that, you make a play, you get a sack fumble, and you even knock the quarterback out the game. That's not necessarily what we wanted to do. We're hoping he gets better with the broken leg, but still a great play. Shout out defense. Second play, Bishop Fitzgerald. I have him listed as my second best safety in the Big Ten. Still tied for leading in interceptions. Man eyes, discipline. Do your job. I say it every week, and this is a prime example because he could have got greedy when he saw everybody run left and all the guards pull left. Instead, he kept his eyes on his work because, man, eyes, it's what you got having, man. Stays on it, doesn't get misdirected, makes a play in the backfield. Very simple. Right here, we get a text game. Cam Crawford. Perfect play call for a QB draw that would have went for 40 yards had we not called a text game. Just a simple little up and under, little finesse move by the end, and you get a TFL. I'm telling you, that's a perfect play call for that because that's going off the shelf for at least 20 yards. And then last, it's better to be lucky than be good sometimes. If the running back's going to trip and fall and we don't need to get any contact on them for a fourth down stop, we're going to take it every single time. That's exactly what you get right here. Emmett Johnson, their best player. That's what's going to happen. We were supposed to win the game. So we'll get off the field with that. Y'all might say because injuries we won, we didn't have two of our best running backs. We all got injuries. It is what it is. Trojans win. Let's get it.
Yeah, I have a great job by Sue. He always does the most masterful game plan.
Don't do that.
I'm just locked into what he's saying, man. But to me, it was three things on defense. It was really silencing the crowd. I talked about it earlier. They were able to turn the tide. They were the first. Before the offense could really silence that crowd, the defense was able to step up in some three and out situations, get them off the field. Then I think for the first time that year, this year, they recognized what the offense was trying to do. Yes, their quarterback went down, but then they recognized, okay, this team cannot throw the ball. This is how we're going to stop. We saw against Notre Dame, didn't really ever have that recognition in how Notre Dame was trying to attack them and just got beat up all night. And then thirdly, like Sua said, sometimes you don't got to be great. You just got to get lucky. And a little trip at the end. Ending the game on fourth down on defense is always a big thing for a defense. So kudos to them.
So I want to talk about Desmond Stevens. Lincoln Riley came out and said it. We challenged him. Playing middle linebacker at USC is a pretty damn big deal. Seemed like he responded to the challenge.
Yeah, he was in a lot of run fits. He was using his hands. He was muddying up the picture. He wasn't olaying blocks. And when I say olay, I mean you go olay and you completely get out of the way and make the gap 2 to 3 yards wider. No, he was sticking his face in the picture, getting muddy. It takes want to. I know you guys are tired of hearing me say it, but you got to want to tackle somebody. He was in on a lot of plays.
Yeah, Cody, I think Sean makes a great point about quieting the crowd. We usually think of the offense as doing it, but in that game, the offense came out so slow. It could have turned into an avalanche real quick, and it was that defense that just sort of settled things down in the first half.
Yeah, they did a good job in the first half, but more importantly, Jordan, where they really excelled and in my opinion won this game was the second half. USC comes out, they had that interception by Maava, and the previous possession, USC's defense gets a 3-and-out, then we have the turnover, get a stop, get a forced fumble. Again, I want to reiterate what Sua said. Hope that Dylan Raiola can get healthy. Really good football player. I think he's got a very high ceiling. But, again, get the ball out and then bring in the freshman quarterback. Then USC has a turnover on downs. Just when you think we're getting momentum, get stopped on fourth down, and then we force them to a missed field goal. So huge credit to this defense. Was it perfect? No. Can they continue to get better, especially with the front seven and stopping the run? Yes. But they went out in that game and found a way to get it done.
Yes, Sean, we talk about turning point game of the season. Maybe that Anthony Lucas strip sack, it may end up being a turning point play of the season if the Trojans go on from here to make the playoffs.
Yeah, been kind of quiet lately, so big play for him, big play for this defensive line. Get Floyd Ricard back tonight. I think that's a big thing for that defensive line. Just got to keep the pressure up, got to keep getting guys, and I did a good job on the draw, did a good job on collecting that sack and knocking the quarterback out, so that's kudos to them.
Yeah, so they do seem pretty healthy and in a good position to attack this final month. It'll be a test, like we said, particularly of the run defense over the next few weeks, but they have the right pieces. They have the pieces that they have in place to do it and seem to be improving.
Yeah, and hopefully they can keep the momentum going. Hopefully they can keep playing discipline and staying healthy, because after this week, it doesn't get easy at all. This Iowa team next week is dangerous, and then you got Oregon and Eugene 2 weeks from now. So you got to start getting ready to rev up and get that engine going.
But you might have some weather, too. We're expected to have rain here next Saturday against Iowa at the Coliseum. It's typically up in Eugene, late November. Could be cold, could be wet. This is defensive football, Sean. I mean, if this is going to be a team that's going to come out of the Big Ten to make the playoff, the defense is going to have to lead this final month, probably not the offense.
Yeah, we saw it last game. Defense and run the ball. That's what November does. You got to pack your defense, pack your run game.
All right, well, pack up for women's volleyball. Kids Day, that's what we're promoting next. Women's volleyball, they're hot right now. They've won 7 straight, I believe. They take on Rutgers on Friday, November 14th. Kids Day, free admission for kids 18 and under, usctrojans.com/promos. They have a sold-out match coming up soon, too, with Nebraska next weekend. So sold-out women's volleyball at Galen. Pretty cool for that team and that sport. Stick around. Our Impact matchup is next. The Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
Personal injury suits can be scary and full of questions. How can I pay for it? If I've been in an accident, who fixes my car? Who pays my medical bills? And will it all be worth it in the end? LifeLaw simplifies the process, answering your questions and more by providing 24/7 support that's clear and precise, while offering the latest in technology to let you know where your case stands at all times. Good news. LifeLaw. Injury law.
Being the best takes hard work. It takes early mornings, planning, precision, sweat, sacrifice, and teamwork. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in their game. Old Dominion Freight Line, helping the world keep promises.
Hey man, do you have a non-alcoholic beer that
actually tastes good? I think you mean athletic.
Excuse me, do you have that great non-alcoholic beer?
I'll 7.
Do you have a favorite non-alcoholic beer on the menu? Ah.
Athletic it is.
She's funny.
Sir, it seems that the gladiator is getting a lot of positive social sentiment.
Innovation changes everything. With one investment, you can access the NASDAQ 100 innovators who are rethinking the world. Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
Hey, USC Trojans. Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. Show up to donate blood to help your school win $1 million for student and community health. Score a limited edition USC Trojan tee and save lives. Go to big10.org/Abbott, ABBOTT, to get in the game. And USC Game Day experiences now on Airbnb. Book at airbnb.com/USC Game Day. Back live in the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. That's us hanging out on the historic Coliseum Peristyle. And it's time now for this week's Impact matchup.
The USC Impact Matchup of the Week is brought to you by Invesco QQQ.
Invesco QQQ. Explore with Invesco QQQ. Fight on.
Fight on.
Now, the Impact Matchup of the Week.
Well, we talked a lot so far in this show about Jade Mayava's game last week. It wasn't his best. Completion percentage also dipped against Notre Dame a couple games ago. If it's going to bounce back up, though, guys, it's going to have to do it against some pretty elite passing defenses. It's not getting a whole lot easier, at least statistically, in that regard. That is the strength at least from what I could tell, of Northwestern's team. And you've seen Jaden. Here's his numbers, first 7 games compared to the last game. I mean, just completed 39% last week, only 9 completions, 135 yards, and obviously he got it done on the ground. But sacks allowed are up, 6 sacks allowed the last 4 games. He had no interceptions to start the season, the first 4 games. The last 4, he's had 5 interceptions, at least 1 per game. So, that's the matchup to look for tonight. Cody, can he bounce back?
Yeah, it's going to happen, man. Quarterback's a tough position. They always tell you that it's the toughest position in all of sports. Maybe outside of corner. I'll give you that on the defensive side of the ball. But it's tough to play quarterback. You're going to have some bad games. It's going to happen. But the thing that I want to see is how does he bounce back? He had 2 bad games. I don't want to say bad games, but 2 difficult games because he was a factor on the ground. But he had 2 difficult games against Nebraska and against NotreAme. How do you bounce back? Well, tonight's going to have to be that game. If I'm Lincoln Riley, I'm putting a game plan together to pick this defense apart. This is the 13th best pass defense in the country. It's going to be difficult. They play a lot of too high. But what you do is you come out, get some of that RPO going, get some quick game going, and then take the shots when they're there. But if you're Jade Mayava, you got to make the offensive coordinator right. If you have a post down the field, it's double coverage, it's not there, check it down, move on, and wait for those shots to appeal and for them to show themselves later on. But you got to be smart with the football.
Yeah, I'm really missing the screen game. Yeah, I thought I'd never say that as a defensive lineman, but the screen game, I thought that was such a crucial part of the offense at the start of the season. Those little tunnel screens with Lemon, even the slip screens to the running backs. I think they got to get some more of that screen game going. Notre Dame did a good job with Leonard Moore of taking those screen games away. They got to get back to some of that. That'll free up some of that pass rush and free up maybe some deeper shots.
What does the Northwestern pass defense do well? Just to read you some stats, only one team has topped 200 yards passing against them. That was Purdue, went for 218. They have not allowed multiple touchdown passes in any game this season.
They like to keep everything in front of them. They like to go a lot of too high, a lot of quarters, and they love to tackle. They get those safeties involved in the run really quick. And a lot of those safeties that like to tackle, they do miss a lot of tackles in space. So if you can make a guy miss, you do have chances to make plays. But they try to limit your offense by making you dink and dunk. They keep linebackers in the game. They don't go small. They're going to keep those linebackers in, those big safeties, and force you to throw where they want you to throw. But you can take advantage of missed tackles. But, yeah, they're very big, very physical.
They're not their pass rush is not particularly elite. Their playmaking is not particularly elite. But it does seem like it'll be another patience test.
Yeah, this is a game, too. Like I said, take what the defense gives you. When you have a defense like USC has right now, they're starting to get in a rhythm. They're starting to play well like they did against Nebraska. You want to be able to not compound the problem. You want to protect the football. Don't give Northwestern extra opportunities. Don't give them extra possessions. Be smart with the football, but that doesn't mean be scared. That doesn't mean play timid. Still take those shots. That's what Lincoln Riley in this air raid offense is known for, is pushing the ball down the field, but you got to be smart when it comes to risk-reward plays when you're taking those shots.
And I think that's the thing, Sean. If you say Maiava's a 3-level thrower, and I think he is, I mean, really is a fantastic arm talent. I actually think his greatest strength is that 3rd level. It is pushing the ball down the field. I think he's the best deep ball thrower maybe that I've seen at USC, or maybe since Carson Palmer at USC, and that's what we've seen this season. Doesn't sound like Northwestern is going to give him that, though, tonight.
You have to kind of work those things as an offense. That's going to come. That's, as if you get that run game going, if you make that defense you got to make them step up. You got to make them worried about coming up the field, getting the pass rush, those kind of things, because we've seen it early in the season. Jaden Maiava, fantastic down the field, can take those deep shots. Just haven't seen it lately. That's because teams, now these bend but don't break. This is what I would really call a bend but don't break defense. They're all worried about those deep shots. You look at 3rd down, they give up 42%. So they're okay giving up some first downs. They'll start buckling down as that red zone gets a little tighter.
And I think that's a part of why Maiava should keep running this week. This should be another heavy RPO week, because if you're going to sit in quarter safety too high, that means you expect your quarters to shoot their gun and tackle. But you're not going to respect me as a quarter safety if I give the ball. So the moment Maiava starts pulling it as a quarter safety, I'm going to get off that 12 to 10-yard mark and start creeping down. And that's when we can hit him with the deep shots over top, hit him with the post, occupy the quarter safety with the tight end, hit him behind the head with the go.
All right, let's hit him with Keely Yore, who is live on the field for us for her first segment on the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI tonight. Hey, Keely, how we doing?
Good. Glad to be back in the Coliseum. I usually come to you guys in this first segment with a question, but I am pulling an audible. I am going to come with a question and an injury update that combines everything you're talking about right now. So the question is from Louie, who said, did Nebraska show the blueprint on how to slow down USC's offense, or was it just an off night execution-wise? And then the injury update is actually for Northwestern. Their starting safety, Damon Walters, was listed out in the injury report. So he was hurt against Nebraska, but if you remember, Northwestern is coming off of a bye, so that was a little unexpected. We thought maybe that he would be healed by now, but he is listed as out. So USC's offense will be facing a Northwestern defense without one of its starting safeties.
Yeah, it's an interesting question, guys, because at once you basically said, like, hey, it was the 3-3-5, like, you can only throw so much against it, but Northwestern doesn't play the 3-3-5, so can they mimic what Nebraska did?
I think they're going to more mimic Notre Dame. I'd like that Notre Dame. I thought their scheme they came up with was really smart. Like I said, trying to take away the screen games, having Leonard Moore. Now, do they have a guy like Leonard Moore? I don't know. They have some big safeties, maybe not quite a cover corner like him, but got it. That game plan that Notre Dame had was more focused on taking away the run and letting them kind of have some of those shots. So I love Notre Dame's game plan, maybe even more than Nebraska's, which is decide, hey, we're just going to let you run the ball, and Jaden Maiava is going to use his legs.
Yeah, Northwestern's personnel kind of aligns a little bit more with Notre Dame than it does Nebraska. You got to have a bunch of athletes. You got to have a bunch of tweeners in the DB room to run the 3-3-5 as well, to stay athletic but be able to stop the run. So I agree with Sean.
Yeah, you got to hit them when they're there. This Northwestern defense, a lot of too high, a lot of cover 2, cover 4, cover 6. They're going to protect those corners unlike Notre Dame did. They're not going to run around and play a lot of man, but they will give you some opportunities down the field. You just got to capitalize on them.
All right, we'll see the chess match tonight between Lincoln Riley, Jaden Maiava, and this Northwestern pass defense. Thanks to Keely. We will check back in with her later on in the show. But next up, we're going to take a closer look at this Wildcats team. This is the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, where you can be an impact player, a clutch hitter, or a wild card. No matter what your game is, the excitement and relaxation you're looking for is here. So get back to the fun and play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino.
As the head honcho at Buzzballs Land, it's my life's mission to make sure that Buzzballs premixed cocktails are as bold and delicious as you've come to expect. One way that we do that is by playing music for the plants, like so. Man, them thing juicy, and you know they round. Take one sip, baby, I'm in Flavor Town. What you want, baby? I'm the Buzzball man. Making them bands with the ball-shaped can. Come on. Buzzball.
Lisa from operations told Hector from sales, who told Chad from IT, who told me this is the fastest and easiest airport around. Spoiler alert, they were right.
ONT's real fast travel for real life.
I didn't even have to wake up early to polish up my slide presentation. Could you hold this for a second?
Because when it comes to your airport, faster is always better.
Do you want some?
Ocean views, magical sunsets, a luxury resort like no other. Discover Terranea, located along the stunning Palos Verdes Peninsula in Southern California. Book your getaway to Terranea now at Terranea.com. We're back in the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI on a Friday night stage, all to ourselves. It's USC versus Northwestern. Let's learn about the Wildcats in this week's Scouting Report.
It's time for the Scouting Report, brought to you by Stone Brewing, proud partner of USC Athletics.
Now we're going to help you get to know today's opposing team.
You know, I think this team, like this program, just sort of perennially underrated was what we put up there. Their head coach is David Braun. I'm not sure many people know him. If he was standing here, I'm not sure many people would know that he was up here with us. They were really good under Pat Fitzgerald. That had sort of a weird breakup with him that's still getting sorted out. But they continue to be solid. They had a tough year last year, but they were picked to finish 17th in the Big Ten this season. Sitting at 3-2, they are very competitive.
Yeah, and they started slow too. That's what you think. You think Northwestern. Let's see how good they are this year. And they started the season losing 2 early games. They lost to Tulane and then to Oregon. So those 2 losses, you think, maybe the same kind of Northwestern team. But of late, playing pretty tough. They go at Penn State, a big win there for the program, and then at Nebraska, even if the loss there, but played them tough, 28-21. So just a team that looks like they're getting better as the year gone on, and they're buying into what Coach Braun is selling in there. And not, like I said, this is almost the most prototypical Big Ten team you're going to see. Run the ball, a little defense, quarterback, can he throw it? So this is Big Ten football here, and we're going to see it today in the Coliseum.
If I'm Coach Braun, I'm pissed off.
Why?
Because I saw a stat where the most wealthiest alumni, I think Northwestern has the most wealthiest alumni out of all, kills us off, kills Michigan, it's up with the Ivy Leagues, and I'm like, they don't donate at all to the football team?
I mean, they've got a great new stadium coming, right? And they have a brand new facility, I know, that they just put in. So I think maybe they're starting to commit to it a little bit more. Basketball team's gotten a little bit better. But, yeah, I mean, they historically are sort of like the Vanderbilt of the Big Ten, right? I mean, they keep up the academics, but they hang at the bottom of the league in football. But for a while now, I mean, Fitzgerald did such a good job there. And then Braun's first year, they finished second in their division. So, they tend to compete even without a lot of pros and famous teams.
He won Big Ten Coach of the Year that year as well. And he came from the FCS level straight into the Big Ten, and he got the job done. So you got to give him credit. Offensively, though, Jordan, Zach Lujan is in charge right now. This is a good offense, but the guy I got an eye on this game is Preston Stone. Can we frustrate him? Can we force him to try to win the game with his arm? They're over 100th right now in passing offense, but they're 29th in rushing offense. They want to get the run game going. They are a spread offense, but if we can force Stone to try to throw it all game long, he's going to give you some opportunities. 10 touchdowns this year, but 9 interceptions. This will be a big game for DeCarlos Nicholson, for Marcellus Williams, for Bishop Fitzgerald, who has been a ball hawk on the back end. It's going to be a big game for them guys to get some tips, get some overthrows, and get their hands on the football.
Yeah, so this is just not a prolific offensive team. So this weekend, next, if the Trojans score, they're going to win.
Yeah, fun history lesson aside from Northwestern, we have no business losing to this team. This should not be a game that USC struggles with, and I don't want to see USC do what Oregon's been doing lately. I don't want to see an elite team or a team that is better than their opponent struggle or play down, because we have to go into these next few weeks with momentum, with a belief, with a type of culture that we believe that we are instilling, and we can go out on the field and continue to perform and output that for everybody else. We cannot be in a game where it's they won, but what does it say about next week? week. I want to see a convincing win tonight.
Yeah, I think an interesting note about this game is that they're coming off a bye week. So they're coming 14 days, a little
USC on a short week.
And we're playing on 6-day rest. So I always liked shorter weeks. Personally, as a player, you're staying locked in. You get back at it. Some of those bye weeks, obviously the time off, the getting to relax, those kind of things are good. But how does that affect your gameplay? I think it's more importantly that you're kind of in rhythm, keep kind of playing, as opposed to a bye week where we get time off.
Cody, you mentioned the quarterback. Any personnel stand out offensively or defensively?
Yeah, on the offensive side of the ball, wide receiver Griffin Wilde is his name. Wilde. I thought it was Wilde, but I figured out
it was Wild.
I thought it was Wild. It's Wilde, by the way. So if you look it up, he is a great football player. 39 receptions. He has 24 more receptions than anyone else on their team right now. 570 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's a good football player, too. He came from South Dakota State. Zach Lujan was the offensive coordinator there before, too. So he brought him to the program. He knows how to use him, and they've been using him all game long and really all season long. So we got to look out for him tonight, especially with USC's secondary.
Anyone on defense, Sean?
I like the end, Aiden Hubbard. I think he's a good pass rusher.
He's had a few picks.
He can play off the edge a little bit. The linebackers are good. Mac Uline, I think, can play some ball. And then we talked about the safeties already. Some big guys on the back end that can tackle a ton of tackles. You talk about a safety with 69 tackles already on the season. That's a ton of tackles for a safety on the back end.
All right, you're all set up now for USC versus Northwestern. We're going to take a step back in the next segment. Let's look at this final month. Which Trojans we want to see step up offensively, defensively. What's the X factor the rest of the way? Let's take a look at this final stretch coming up next in the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive. The next chapter of Audi is here. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron.
What if you could use retirement accounts to invest in crypto? With iTrust Capital, you can. iTrust Capital allows you to invest in your favorite crypto assets 24/7 with the tax benefits of an IRA. So instead of paying taxes on your crypto gains every year, you can defer taxes till you retire using an iTrust IRA. Or with an iTrust Roth IRA, you can withdraw tax-free at retirement because you're in this for the long haul. Start investing today at itrustcapital.com.
As a lifestyle guard, I help people live their best day in the sun. That means keeping the games going. Coming to the rescue when the floaty is too floppy. And delivering high noon when the cooler's empty.
Oh, do you have any peach?
High noon, sun's up.
Just a gorgeous night. Sunset at the Coliseum under the Friday night lights. USC and Northwestern in a Big Ten battle coming up. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Sua Cravens, Cody Kessler. You can see on our YouTube broadcast that we're hoping to get Keyshawn Johnson. It's going to be a little bit of a race against time, and I think we're going to get Keyshawn Johnson here coming up in a segment or two. He is tonight's tunnel captain and was the MVP when USC beat Northwestern 30 years ago in the Rose Bowl. But first, let's do tonight's Cardinal and Gold report.
It's time for the Cardinal and Gold report.
The Cardinal and Gold report.
Presented by Pechanga Resort Casino, proud partner of USC football.
All right, for tonight's Cardinal and Gold report, guys, I want to take a look the final month of the season. Who matters? Let's start here. Obviously, we've talked tonight a ton about Jade Mayava, so let's set him aside. who's the most important non-QB offensive player the rest of the way for USC?
I'm going with players. I'm going to go offensive line. I think these guys are important. They've been important all year.
Poor guys always grouped together.
Yeah, they're just one. It's just one name for those guys.
A unit, not one human.
They don't want to be. They don't want to be singled out.
We've been the rules here at the Trojan Tailgate Show.
They've done a great job all year, especially Elijah Page. Been out a lot of time. Got back last week. We've seen Tobias Raven switch positions. John Ray Reed stepping in there and filling in nicely. So done a good job all year. Got to keep that up. Got to keep Jaden clean and keep that run game going.
Sua?
I think Jacoby Lane needs to be a guy, and not just because, he scores touchdowns, he's a big receiver. No, it's because if he can be a guy, he creates a dynamic similar to what the Rams have, where you got Puka on one side, Devontae. You can't double team because then one guy's single and you know it's a touchdown. We can't fill the box in because then they can run it with Kyron. We got the same type of dynamic we can have as long as Jacoby is being consistent and Lane as well, or Jacoby and Lemon as well. So Jacoby needs to be a guy.
That's that crossover analysis. Now Sua's doing Rams games on Sundays, USC on Saturdays. You see what he just did there? Wow. God, pulling all those paychecks. Cody, what you got?
I'm going with his partner. You said Lane. I'm going with Lemon. I got Mekhi Lemon, man. The last couple games he's been quiet. He had 4 catches for 75 against Notre Dame, but against Nebraska, he really wasn't a factor in that game. You need your number one to be your number one down the stretch. I don't care how you get him the ball. You just got to find ways to do it. I promise you, when I play with Nelson Aguilar, regardless of what happened that season, even though teams knew he was getting the football, I'm still giving him 10 to 12 targets every single game. We're finding ways to get him open. They got to do the same with Mekhi Lemon. He's that good.
Yeah, I was talking to Marquise Lee earlier this week. He said, I'm still waiting for somebody to be the next Biletnikoff Award winner. We've had a lot of guys sniff around it, but only Marquise has brought home that trophy. Mekhi certainly has a chance. He's right there among the nation's leader in yards per game. They never got there?
Not even considered for it?
They never were even fine. Drake was a
finalist,
got hurt.
Right?
No, he got hurt. I don't think so, because remember he was going. I think he was going to win that season. Yeah, then he got hurt here at the Coliseum.
It was jump ball London.
Michael Pittman, I believe, was a finalist. And Robert Woods was a finalist. So we've certainly had some good ones, but Marquise is the one with the trophy. All right, let's switch to the defensive side. Who is the most important defensive player the rest of the way?
I'm going with the guy last week who made a big statement, Desmond Stevens, a linebacker. Anytime you think about defense, you think about that middle linebacker position. And it's not just about, we talk a lot about, being in the right gap all the time and doing the right thing on defense. Middle linebacker is more than that. You got to be able to get rid of guys. You got to be in 2 gaps sometimes. Sometimes you got to get off people. And that's what Desmond Stevens did so well last week. And he's got to keep getting better. Still a young guy, still learning the position, but keep coming downhill, keep getting off blocks.
Going to do what Sean did and group all these guys together, the D-line. And if you want the defense to be immediately better, the D-line can do that for them by just creating a pass rusher, wreaking havoc, getting knocked back. We don't need new players. I need the D-line to do almost the impossible and just play with a motor that does not play like Morgan Breslin. If you have the time to YouTube some highlights, the motor on that man was unrealistic. If the entire D-line is moving like that, you will be successful.
If you know who Morgan Breslin is and you're listening right now, that's a real ball knower. Because that's a throwback.
We know ball. We know
ball. That's my guy. Jordan, I am going with Kamari Ramsey, the leader of this defense. And the reason I'm going with him is because of the versatility that he has. He plays at safety. He plays at nickel linebacker. He plays in the box. He plays that deep back-end safety. He can tackle. He can cover. He can do everything. He has to really do it all for this defense. Eric Gentry, you could argue, is in that same category, but Kamari Ramsey is a leader on the back end, and he's in charge of getting everybody set. He's got to be big time these last 4 games.
All right, quick answer, but to X Factor the rest of the way.
X Factor, I got legs. That's Jaden Mayava using them, and that's Ryan Sayeri in special teams.
Hey.
Taking care of the ball, no self-imposed mistakes, no free points.
Finishing games like we did last week against Nebraska. There's going to be some close one coming up. We got to be able to finish these games.
Speaking of games, I got a game for you. We call it Name That Trojan.
Ontario International Airport, a proud sponsor of our USC Trojans, is thrilled to bring you that moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to Name That Trojan.
All right, here we go. You guys know the rules. You get up to 3 clues, but you only get 1 guess. Whoever jumps in first gets it. All right, let's get to Name That Trojan. Clue number 1. He was a 1996 Rose Bowl winner over Northwestern.
Trap. That's a trap.
Yeah, it's not who you think.
That's a trap.
You're getting too good for me, Sua. You're getting too good for me.
The old me would have.
You would have jumped right away. I thought that's who you were. All right, clue 2. 6-time Rose Bowl champion.
What? How's that even possible?
How is it possible?
What the heck is going on?
What? We went from trap to trick.
What?
Is this as a player only? Or
Look at the wheels moving. Look at them turning inside their brains.
One more.
Oh, we're not ready.
I'm a phone a fan.
I mean, he should be ashamed of himself. This is close to him. This is close to him.
Fan.
All right, last clue. 1978 national champion head coach.
J-Rob.
J-Rob. John Robinson was the coach when USC beat Northwestern in the Rose Bowl, and a legend. J-Rob. Great Trojan.
Oh,
hey,
Trojan.
You know what? Fun fact about that. I'm full of them, guys. He came down to Bakersfield, so I got to have. He went to Luigi's, a restaurant down in Bakersfield. He did a little USC donor event. I got to go there when I was playing and have dinner with him. Unbelievable human being.
Got another fun fact, not about him, but about Cody. Okay. I saw Cody on an episode of F That's Delicious, or not F That's Delicious, Guy Fieri's.
Yeah, Drive-Ins.
I saw that as
Triple
well.
D.
Hey.
Triple D, Cody.
I watched a lot of Triple D episodes.
Former quarterback. I'm a movie star, a TV star now.
How come we never win? Lived together for 2 years.
No free promos, but I'll give them a free promo. Shout out to Salty's back in Bakersfield, too. If you're ever there, go get some barbecue.
425 yards rushing. Negative 400.
We looked it up. It is correct.
You guys.
That was we were not punking, and that was just accurate stat reporting.
Salty's, you guys should have a negative 425 burger, and it should be because of Cody.
We're cooking now.
I like that. Oh, my God, I see Keyshawn Johnson. He's next in the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI.
Rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, where you can be an impact player, a clutch hitter, or a wild card. No matter what your game is, the excitement and relaxation you're looking for is here. So get back to the fun and play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It doesn't just have great bones. It was the backbone of your community. So you breathe in new life, grinding away to make space for tomorrow, for your people. This isn't just a restoration. It's a revival. Because you're always willing to double down on your neighborhood. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and there's no place I'd rather be. I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and time don't matter to me, 'cause I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere.
Hey Trojan fans, this is Coach Lincoln Riley. I'm encouraging you to customize your Wells Fargo debit card or open an account today. Show your Trojan pride with every purchase. You live like a Trojan, so why not pay like one too? Go to wellsfargo.com/Trojans to get in the game. Wells Fargo is proud to be the official retail bank of USC Athletics and Trojans everywhere. Wells Fargo, helping you to pay like a true Trojan. Fight on.
To USC football. Hear every moment of USC football on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Welcome back to the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI. We're live inside the Coliseum with one of the greats, Keyshawn Johnson, tonight's tunnel captain. He's got to finish texting somebody. But when he's done with that, we'll get to Key, Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Stuart Cravens.
If Keyshawn is listed at 6'3", I am bona fide 6'3".
You want to talk about, I mean, he's the same size as Sean. This is the number one pick in the draft as a wide receiver. I mean, that is a specimen.
Seatbelt.
At the end of the day, you said if 6'3". Well, I mean.
How tall are you for real listed?
6'3". Almost 6'4", 6'3" and some change.
So, I'm just saying.
I'm old now, so you shrink when you get old. You know how that goes. At least that's
Look, you're next to each other on camera, Sue.
I'm
you
just
got no
saying.
You're
shot.
so much smaller than me. It don't even make
You got no shot. Look at that.
Zero chance.
Zero chance at what? At the same buffet? I agree.
I want this segment right here. This is what I want.
He's just boxing Sue out of his own podium.
You know what? You know what's so crazy though?
Yeah, what's
Everybody
crazy?
really think I'm big, like I'm heavy, because they so used to seeing me like a rail thin. So they realize they want me to still act like I play. I'm like, dude.
Hey,
I eat good for a living.
You don't got to explain that you big back into us. It's cool. We love you.
See how that go?
Okay.
Keyshawn, we're happy to have you here, obviously, at any point. But this is a special one. We're playing Northwestern than 30 years ago. I'm sure it feels like yesterday in a lot of ways, but you absolutely dominated Northwestern in a Rose Bowl, one of the great performances in USC history. Take us back, man. What was that? What are your memories from that day and that great Rose Bowl win?
You know, the crazy thing back then, if you remember, like pre-press conferences, right, Sean? So it was like it was like a boxing thing, right? They had the one team. You remember one team over here, the other team over here, the coaches right there.
The media day.
It was like a media day deal.
Have two guys go up.
Yeah, two. What? One guy, captain, defense, offense, or whatever. So I went up, and I remember I was like talking to, whatever, and the dudes from Northwestern. I think it was like Ishmael, whatever, and Fitzpatrick was up there, maybe Donnell Autry.
Yep.
And the crazy thing is they was talking crazy to me. So when you talk crazy to me, you just set yourself up. So I leaned over. No, me, yes. So I leaned over to the dude, and he was like, "Oh, we don't care about him. We're not scared of him." Something. So I was like, "You do realize," and I literally said this. I remember like it was yesterday. I said, "You don't understand what's getting ready to happen. You do realize that, right?" And they like, "Oh, this, that, and the other." So I was like, "Okay, cool." All right, cool. So we get off to a pretty good start on that. And now all of a sudden they start coming back. You know, when you start putting in the next guys for the next year, freshmen, redshirt freshmen, you start putting them in. And we put in a bunch of them, and they started trying to come back, and they closed the gap. And Coach Robinson came to me, and he said, "You guys need to get back going, warmed up real quick." So I got warmed up. We got the ball back. Mike Riley was the offensive coordinator, former head coach at Nebraska and San Diego Chargers and whatnot, Oregon State. He came to me, Sue. He said, "What do you want to run?" This is how I talk. "What do you want to run, Key?" I said, "Let's go slot left." I remember like this. I said, slot left, mixed motion right, X angle, and I'm going to kill it. We called. He said, "That's what we're going with." Mike, we're going to go with that. Yeah. I remember it. So, boom. Came in motion. No, stop it. Came in motion. Boom. I put that foot in the ground, and the same dude that was talking at it was covering me. Bam, bam. Because he thought I was going to the flat. Most safeties, they're not smart. You know that, right?
Hey.
So, right? So all the first thing I do, I come full speed, and I fake like I'm going to the flat. So he tried to undercut it. Boom, on the angle, he done fell to the ground to the house call. So post-game, I said next time he run up on the real one, he ain't going to talk that it.
Yeah, and then you were the number one pick after that, right? He gave you the number one pick.
That kind of sealed the deal.
Did he pull the DB, like the hamstring didn't look at you, got up fast?
No, he didn't do it. He just laid on the ground and looked like.
Oh, man.
So I remember that. They were a good team. Northwestern was a good team, man. They had the Darnell Autry.
Tell us about that your squad. Tell us about Dalen and Brad Otten.
So you got
Terry Barnum.
Dalen was a freshman. We had Terry Barnum. We had John Michaels. Oh, yeah. We had John Allred. Hell, defense, Marcus Bonds, Brian Kelly, Dalen McCutcheon, you mentioned. D. Russ at the D line. Like, we had a squad, like a ridiculous. Jesse Davis at safety. In my opinion, we played Nebraska in the national championship that year. But before NIL, there was called a NIL with 2 L's on it. And our guys kind of, we was doing what we do. And we kind of got caught in the situation where that year we had a bunch of guys suspended at a crucial time against Notre Dame. So we out there, a couple of us out there like Lone Rangers, not at full strength. And they kind of dominated us and beat us or whatnot on the road. And so it dropped us in the polls or whatnot because people was hating on us anyway, as typically they always do at USC. They want to push us down. And we was rolling. And then we had that little sanctions, so-called suspension thing with all the money guys. And Yeah, I stayed separate.
Totally.
I don't know anything.
You think of Keyshawn Johnson, you think by the book.
Yeah, everything by the book. And so we wind up, having a great year that year, going up to the Rose Bowl because, Rose Bowl in our time, and they all a little younger than me, but still in our time, the Rose Bowl was like
it's the granddaddy of them all.
Granddaddy of them all. That was the thing to do.
They don't know. They don't know about the Rose Bowl.
All right, hey.
Well, that's why I said. That's why I said us. I didn't say him.
They don't know about the Rose Bowl.
Same team.
You know
what? We're having a good time up here.
Let's change the topic on what our teams were doing. 6 head coaches. You're an NFL legend, college legend, one of the greatest receivers to ever do it. How do you grade this USC receiver room up to this point?
I really like him. I really do. I think Dennis Simmons has done a tremendous job. So funny because I know Dennis very well, and I have conversations with him. And I remember we were on vacation a year ago or whatever, and I told him, I said, man, look, man, y'all got to stop freaking playing multiple receivers. You remember, like, the last couple of years, in and out, nobody was consistent. I was like, man, y'all got to stop that. Y'all got to find 2 or 3 dudes, and that's it. And that's what they've been able to do. Now, whether he took that information or not, I don't care, but that's what they wind up doing. And Jacoby Lane, obviously, we see what that is. Malachi, right? Yeah,
Malachi.
Because Malachi was a quarterback.
That's right.
Yeah. He's at YouTube.
Yeah, different story.
I watched that the other night. I'm like,
didn't go quite as well.
Man, I watched it the other night because I watch football. I was watching it. I was like, they was playing Sam Houston State. I would rather. Man, that was something else. But anyway, it's just been a good thing watching these receivers develop. Both of those guys are pro guys to me, and they'll have an opportunity to play on Sundays and make themselves some money.
Always great having you here, man. Former #1 pick, Super Bowl champ. You did it all in this game. Great to have you back in the house. You got some of your teammates here. Keyshawn Johnson is our tunnel captain. He will lead the Trojans on the field tonight.
More Trojan I will lead the Trojans on the field tonight.
Presented by YETI. Coming up.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive. The next chapter of Audi is here. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron.
Hey man, do you have a non-alcoholic beer that actually tastes good?
I think you mean athletic.
Excuse me? Do you have that great non-alcoholic beer?
I'll 7.
Found it.
Do you have a favorite non-alcoholic beer on the menu? Ah.
Athletic it is.
She's funny.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
What if you could use retirement accounts to invest in crypto? With iTrust Capital, you can. iTrust Capital allows you to invest in your favorite crypto assets 24/7 with the tax benefits of an IRA. So instead of paying taxes on your crypto gains every year, you can defer taxes till you retire using an iTrust IRA. Or with an iTrust Roth IRA, you can withdraw tax-free at retirement because you're in this for the long haul. Start investing today at itrustcapital.com.
Cravens and Cody Kessler. I am Jordan Moore. You're watching Jaden Mayaba get warm here on a Friday night. Nice little cool night. Air starting to set in a little bit. Nighttime has hit the Coliseum just about. And it's time now for us to hear from the head coach, Lincoln Riley, with Keely Orr.
This is your prescription to win. Brought to you by USC Pharmacy.
Proud partner of USC Athletics.
USC Pharmacy is operated by the USC Man School.
Learn more at pharmacies.usc.edu.
Coach, it sounds like a Friday game has almost re-energized the team. What have you seen from them and how they've attacked this challenge?
Yeah, we talked about it right after the win over Nebraska in the locker room there at Lincoln about, our ability to reset here very quickly. And I think mentally to get kind of past that, to get on to Northwestern and to understand the challenge ahead of, getting home late, a Friday kick, you're playing an opponent that's coming off a bye week that's had 14 days. And so, it's a real challenge. There's no question about it. And we've tried to attack it as, all right, this is something we need to embrace. If we're the team that we think we are and want to be, then this is one of those challenges you've got to step up to, and we can't waste a second all week. And yeah, I think the guys have enjoyed kind of just a change up in schedule and a new challenge and a chance to play here Friday night in the Coliseum. So it's been a fun week. It's been a fast week. I can't believe we're already here.
In that sense, you've had a lot of success in the month of November. In your mind, is there certain traits that you need to be successful this part of the year?
Yeah, I think one, it's not getting bored or complacent with just your process. Probably like anyone's job, there's times when it's kind of the same thing over and over, and do you have the ability to continue to, strive to get better and to show up every day motivated and to not get caught up in, kind of the monotony of it and just to really to continue to push through. And I think that's important. I think, the mindset of your team, the culture of your team, I think really shows up a lot in this late season. The depth certainly shows up, how you've been developing guys behind the scenes that now might get an opportunity to step up and maybe have a bigger role than what they had maybe in game 1 or 2. So there's a lot that goes into it, but, I know this, you always want to show up to this month with, a chance to be in the hunt, and a chance to do some special things. Unfortunately, this team's done a good job and we're in that position.
You've spoken about the respect you have for Northwestern's coaching staff. What challenges come with a team that's well coached and makes you earn it on every play?
Yeah, I just, I think you just know you're not going to get any gifts, most likely from these guys. They just, on all sides, they're so steady. They make you earn it. They take advantage of your mistakes. And like I said, they play, very complimentary football, just on all three sides. And I think those are always some of your toughest challenges. And so they've got some experienced players, that have been in their system a long time, and it shows. Coaches as well. So, yeah, it just puts pressure on you to go really play good football. Really, it's that simple. Against a group like this, you just got to, I know it sounds simple, whatever, but you have to go out and just play really, really well and really, really consistent.
In that sense, what's your scouting report on their defense?
Yeah, they've had a really strong year defensively. Very steady in the run game. They're very aggressive and consistent with their run fits. They don't give up a lot of space. They don't give up a lot of big plays. They've got a system that they very, very much believe in. You can tell they're committed to it. And they've got a few little tweaks off of it to change up and throw change ups at offenses that have been very effective. But they leverage the ball well. They tackle the ball well. Just a really good group.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time and good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
Keely on tape. Now we're back live with Keely Yore. Here is your high noon game day report.
Oh, hi guys.
I see it, Keely, but I don't hear it.
Okay.
So
good.
we're just playing the sound waves. You could just imagine what they're saying.
Is this the high noon game day report, guys?
This is shout out high noon.
It was all in our minds. So I have a quick injury report for you guys because I just enjoyed that Keyshawn segment so much. If it means less talking from me, more dunking on Sua, I will take it. Now,
is Sua on the injury report now? Is he a late ad under just parentheses bodied by Keyshawn?
Look, no comment. No comment.
Hey,
yeah.
No
Sua
comment.
Craven's feelings.
Yeah, let's be questionable for next week.
Limited.
Yeah.
Okay, on that front, I will give you a real update. The most notable name on the questionable list is Tanook Hines. He has a little arm brace. It's what guys use to study their shoulder. So something to look out for there. It looks like Alani Noah is good to go. Micah Banuelos is dressed out. So that is your injury report. Back to you guys.
Well, we talked about the offensive line shuffle, but it sounds like it's shuffling back to full health, and now it'll just sort of be competition. Kalen Miller played really well last week. Elijah Page is back. Now it's sort of pick your best five. It'll be interesting to see who they pick.
Sometimes you feel a little better when your guy behind you is playing pretty good. You start feeling like I can go this week, right?
I can go, Coach. I can go. I got a rep in me.
Yeah, you feel a little better when the competition gets good. But that's good to have those guys back out there. When your coach is putting the team out there, it's better than having to do it when the injuries are doing that.
We only have one segment to go, and if Sua's ego was bruised in the last segment, it's going to be feeling good in the next one because he is absolutely dominating.
He was talking about you, too.
Picks,
you haven't won a Rose Bowl either.
Our picks are next on the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
Love staying ahead of the game with the latest.
Intensity doesn't ask for permission. In the fit, it's presence. On the turf, it's power. In the gym, that's discipline. In the shadows, under pressure, off the clock. There's no on or off. It's just who I am.
All right, team, listen up. There's a national blood shortage. Big Ten schools, how do we get students, fans, alumni to donate? Hit me. Give them merch. Not quite like that. Who can beat it? Chance of the President's Suite? Classy. Campus concerts. Keep the ideas coming, team. Don't let your school get one up. Save lives and help win your school $1 million. Hey, whose hand is that?
Being the best takes hard work. It takes early mornings, planning, precision, sweat, sacrifice, and teamwork. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in their game. Old Dominion Freight Line, helping the world keep promises.
One final segment of the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI on a Friday night inside the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, getting you set for USC versus Northwestern. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Sua Cravens, Cody Kessler. Our pleasure as always. Soon enough, we will kick it up to the booth in the voice of the Trojans, Pete Arbogast. Sean will join him. I'll go to the field. We'll have the post-game show later. Sua and Jason and the whole crew, and Cody on the pod tomorrow, hashing it all. Sunday, I guess, hashing it all out. So we've got you covered here on the USC Trojans Media Network. As I said, it's time to all praise our dear leader, Sua Cravens, who just lapping us in the picks, man. We made fun of you. You picked a kicker last week. We all had a good laugh at that, and yet here you are. Look at that, 3 points. That's a 0 next to your name, Sean. Everyone else has a 1. All right, let's get to this week's Old Dominion Best in the Game picks.
The Best in the Game
is brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line,
official freight carrier of USC Athletics,
helping the world keep promises.
Back to Keely on the field to get our picks started. What you got, Keely?
Well, to add insult to injury, Sua picked my pick of the week first, so he's probably going to get the point. But I had to go with defense then. Go with the ball hawk, Bishop Fitzgerald.
Everyone's tried Bishop, I think, this season, but no one's picked him on the right week because he's a guy. Maybe Keely has it this week. As Cody mentioned, Northwestern will throw you throw you one. Bishop's the guy to pick it off. He has the most interceptions by USC player in a season since Kalen Bullock did in 2022. Cody, what you got?
I'm going with the tight end Lake McCree. I want a little bit of analysis on this one. You're going to get a lot of too high. What does that mean? The middle of the field's going to be open. Let's find 87 over the middle. I'm upset, though, they didn't use the picture where he has those big bifocals on, but we will take that one. I got Lake McCree tonight, maybe a couple touchdowns down in the red zone.
2 catches for 11 yards last week, so certainly due for a bounce back from Lake, who's been fantastic this season. Sua, why don't you just tell us what your winning pick is tonight?
It's going to be King Miller, but I would like to say, I don't know when Keeley decided to become a hater and join Team Werewolf, but Team Vamp is at the top. And the more you guys hate on me and keep my name in your mouth, I just grow stronger. Each episode, I grow stronger. I get here earlier, and the moon is out, and I'm ready to go. Matter of fact, if I snapped my finger right now, I think the Coliseum flame would start. I'm not gonna, but it would.
I don't see the moon.
Huh?
Where do you see the moon?
It's the special AI glasses.
King's a great pick, man. He's popular. We know this ultimately comes down to a fan popularity contest. Northwestern's run defense worse than its pass defense. I feel like we got played again here, Sean.
Yes.
But speaking of playing, play that card, Sean.
Yep, time for Uno, boys. I'm playing the Uno card. Jaden Mayava, your picks no longer matter.
Wow.
I'm going to put my first point on the board this week and finish the season strong.
He didn't add this in the group chat, right?
No.
He did. He added it late, but he added it.
When you use your Jaden pick, you
wow.
Yeah, goodbye. You just wasted your King Miller pick. No big deal.
Yeah, you know, Sua played a king, you played an ace.
Hey.
See what we did there? But you know what? You know the only player that has beaten Jaden Mayava in a fan vote this season?
Uh-oh. Who you got?
Makai Lemon. The fans love themselves some Lemon. They love it, Sean. So, yeah, I'm with you. We're going to have a big day in the passing game. But ultimately, it's that guy juking people, running down the field, making them miss. That's who they want to vote for in the end. They love it.
They love wide receivers.
They love Makai
Keyshawn
Lemon.
Johnson, man.
Keyshawn Johnson, man.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Hey, I'm gonna just pile it on right now, Jordan. I actually got a text from my buddy during break, and in quote he said, Sua is way shorter than Keyshawn on television.
Bro, who is this guy?
Tim.
Clearly, you need to be a good friend and treat him to a cataract assessment. But that's another story.
Sua, you just washed your hands right now. You just had to wash them?
Yeah, you know, I got Bears taking over the stage talking about Rose Bowls from like 200 years ago. Sean decides the dog pile. This guy acts like he was on the Rose Bowl winning team. There's a lot of stuff going on, but we stay strong. Like I said, Team Vamp's on top, baby.
I'm going to say, the crowd's starting to file in. It's been looking pretty sparse behind us through most of the show, but it's Parents' Weekend. It's late arriving crowd, Friday night, 6 o'clock. I think it's starting to fill in a little bit. Looks like Northwestern is wearing the whites. No purple in sight. Trojans back in the Cardinal, and that is great to see. It's time to go, guys. Do you have anything left to plug? Cody, we heard about you on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, your rushing career, your podcast.
But you know what?
Sua's got multiple shows.
I'm sitting here. I don't get offended. I'm not upset. You guys can bash me all you want. Sua takes it personal. All I'm worried about is getting a dub tonight for the Trojans.
You know what? Congratulations on your Dodgers, Cody. I forgot to say that to you. Congratulations on your Dodgers superfan, Cody Kessler.
Yamamoto, baby.
Hey, it's time for USC and Northwestern. Let's do this thing on a Friday night on the ESPN Media Network.
What's up, Trojan family? It's EG here. Welcome to the Coliseum. Enjoy the game.
Hey, Trojan family. It's Alani Noah. Welcome to the Coliseum. Pardon.
Hey, everybody. Anthony Lucas. Welcome to the Coliseum. Enjoy the game. Pardon.
Hey, Trojan fam. Jaden Mayava. Welcome to the Coliseum. Fight on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the United Airlines field at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum for tonight's matchup featuring the visiting Northwestern Wildcats and the home team, your University of Southern California Trojans, home of 138 national championships. We hope you enjoy the entire game day experience this afternoon, and we remind you to please follow the Trojan Spirit Code by showing respect for all fans in attendance. Thank you, and fight on. USC has assigned a high priority to ensuring all athletic events are conducted in a safe and enjoyable atmosphere. In compliance with the Trojan Spirit Code, please respect all fans in attendance. For immediate assistance during the game, please speak with the closest usher or security personnel. To report any incidents of fan misconduct, please call the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum Fan Behavior Hotline, and that number is 213-263-4007. Or you can text Coliseum with your seat location and a description of the situation to 213-263-4007. Once again, that number, 213-263-4007. We do thank you for your cooperation and hope you enjoy the game. Fans, be sure to sign into the USC network Fight On for faster service. Go ahead and take out your cell phones right now and scan the QR code that's on the screen to join our cell phone light show presented by Coca-Cola during tonight's intro video. Hold up your phone and then enjoy the show.
Dr. Barber! I'm so happy to see you on the field.
What are you talking me down?
Jimmy?
No pass.
You look great.
I'm just ready to go back.
Is that him over there?
Fans, snap a selfie and tag it with hashtag USC Selfie, and you just might see yourself up on the video board during tonight's game. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at USC_athletics.
A bunch of people coming up here.
It's exciting. I'm on.
I know, it's very exciting.
It's like my first time out.
You're down there all by yourself. And I'm going to take a picture. No, I want a photo. Have fun.
And now let's take it down to our DJ booth as it's time to feed the beast with Monster Energy and DJ Malski.
What up, family? What up, family? Trojan family. It is time. It's going down all night tonight. We need you loud and proud. I'm DJ Malski right here in the Monster Energy drink. DJ booth. We need you loud all game long, all game strong, man. Don't forget, we're going to be having some things on the screen, QR codes, all kind of things to scan and be a part of. We need you to be a part, all right? So let's get this win. If you're ready to get the win, let me hear somebody real loud say, fight on! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right, fans, scan the QR code right there on the screen, and your phone becomes the camera. All right, it's time for Fan C. Show us how much your section is partying right now. Scan that QR code, and let us see yourself again. Oh, I see you. Oh, there's a party over there. I see you. Scan that QR code. Let me see.
I'm Keely Orr here with head coach Lincoln Riley. Coach, it was a short week of preparation for your team. How'd they handle the challenge?
I think they embraced it. We really didn't have time to do anything else. So we're excited to be back home in the Coliseum. It's been a long time. Team's playing good ball. We're really excited for tonight.
I was about to ask you, almost a month since you've been away from home. How does it feel to be back?
Yeah, glad to be here. We got to light this place on fire tonight. Guys are ready to play, excited to play. Fight on. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, student section, your men's basketball team and the football team have brought pizza for you. If you want pizza, get on your feet right now and make some noise.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I need partying from the student section. Where you at? I need hands up. Where you at? Who's ready to get the win? Let me hear you. Oh, no. It's time to start the party. Let's go.
Hey, it's looking better, right? It looks better. I think that's something hard for us. Come on. You saw that? All right, bro. What's up with you, baby? Congrats on everything, man. I'm getting it done over there.
They're killing me, though. They're trying to give me a heart attack. Yeah, man, y'all look good over there, too.
We trying, bro.
Yeah.
We just got to learn how to score some points.
All the talent on the team, on both our teams, and they.
Ain't that crazy? It was actually like shocking. This thing's hard to do. It's harder to do.
Members of the Trojan family, presenting the Spirit of Troy, the University of Southern California Trojan Marching Band. Band, take the field.
Y'all got a good draw, though.
Y'all need to.
That's going to be a heavyweight fight.
But I don't think CSA really played nobody like that.
All our teams been battle tested. Got to come out and not turn the ball over. Good seeing you, bro. All right, we'll catch up.
We'll see you soon.
With drum major Zach Eggleton, twirler Michelle Johnson, and the SC Sills. And now, featuring the world-famous USC song and spirit leaders and Mick Fleetwood himself, here is our double platinum hit with Fleetwood Mac, Tusk. To honor our great nation And those serving in the armed forces, will you please rise and remove your caps? Now on the field, a representative of the SoCal Pipe Trades, CPMCA, and IBEW NECA of LA County, proud supporters of USC athletics and our military veterans as we honor this week's Student Veteran of the Game. An officer in the Army's Infantry Division who was deployed twice to Afghanistan, once as a company commander in the 82nd Airborne Division's Immediate Response Force. A Bronze Star recipient, he is currently pursuing his master's degree at USC with plans to continue serving in the Army as an operations researcher and systems analyst. Please join us in welcoming Ryan Noring as our Student Veteran of the Game and thanking him for his service. Please remain standing and join in singing as the Trojan Marching Band, under the direction of Dr. Jacob Vogel, plays our national anthem. And now, collegiate football's greatest battle cry, Conquest. spirit of Troy, the University of Southern California Trojan Marching Band.
Trojan fans, here are tonight's Audi keys to the game. Take out your cell phones right now and scan the QR code that's on the screen to join our cell phone light show presented by Coca-Cola during tonight's intro video. Hold up your phone and enjoy the show.
Pass from center was high. Otten's throw down the middle, good to Johnson. Keyshawn Johnson is down at the 15-yard line in front of William Bennett. All right, he's standing around a long time. Finally gets some room and throws it, and it's good to Johnson. He's got it. He's gone. Goodbye. Touchdown, Trojans.
And now please turn your attention to the tunnel and your tunnel captain for tonight's game. Here tonight with his team members from the 1996 Rose Bowl win over Northwestern, 1996 Rose Bowl MVP, Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah, let's go. We in the house tonight, me and my former teammates that dominated that Northwestern squad in 1996. What I want to see tonight is a duplicate of that here in the Coliseum. So let's welcome them back into the Coliseum in Los Angeles with an L back to Chicago. Lights out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Guess who's back?
And Harry Ruiz was doing it in Spanish for all the Spanish speakers. So it was you got both something from both people, from Pete Arbogast and Harry Ruiz.